G'day everybody, George Fokas. Thank you for watching this video. I'm actually going to share with you a trade that I did yesterday. And not only that, I'm also going to share with you the time it takes for me to get into the market, place the trade into my trading account, and then that's it. And then that order will go into the markets in the US tonight while I'm asleep, and my money's working for me. But the problem is, a lot of people are scared to invest. Lately, I've been doing a series of events, online, masterclasses, teaching people the strategy that I've been doing for just over 23 years, coming up to 24 years, and a strategy that I've been teaching over 17 years in Australia and all around the world. We're 2023, we're into March. 2023 is going to be a tough year for a lot of people. We've seen what inflation's doing, interest rates are going up, people are struggling to make ends meet. We need another income stream, not just one and not just two, multiple. But a lot of people say to me, but George, multiple streams of income is a luxury. And let me tell you something, it's no longer a luxury, it's a necessity, especially with what's going on around the world. So for me, it's cut out all the bullshit and show the facts. Very, very important. Because when I meet people and I talk to people and I teach people, and people say to me, George, why do you do what you do? If you're making all this money, why are you teaching? And, Richard Branson said in one of his events when he was speaking on stage, he says, if you're not helping somebody else and if you're not making somebody else's life better, you shouldn't be in business. And that's 17 years of me teaching is the reason why I am in this business. Because I want to see people succeed. And we all understand there is risk in everything we do. There is no such thing as no risk. Investing requires risk. But the biggest risk is doing nothing and expecting change. Because most people, for the last 5, 10, 20, 30 years have been doing the same thing over and over again and they're still in the same position. And then they wonder why they're not successful. So you really need to understand that the only way to grow is you've got to take on an element of risk. And again, I understand that people say, but George, I can't risk losing money. See, people are scared of losing money. The biggest thing is when it comes to investing is people are scared to lose money. Others will say, I don't have money. They'll also say, I don't have the education or the knowledge and I don't have the guidance to be able to be taught how to invest. Now, there are people out there who try and take shortcuts, and hopefully you all understand there is no shortcut to success, right? There is no shortcut to success. If you're going to cut corners, you're going to screw things up and you're going to lose money. And not only are you losing money, but the one thing we can never get back is time. Because over the next 6 to 12 months, while you're trying to cut corners to try and learn things on your own, that's 6 to 12 months, and the money that you've lost, you'll never get back. Right? You'll never get back in that time. But if you can find a system that's been proven, find a strategy that has proven practical principles that you can follow, you can fast track your success. And we can make 2023 a better year. So by the time 2023 finishes, you can look back and go, I'm grateful that I believed in myself enough to take action, step up and do something. So I just want to share with you, because I want to cut out all the bullshit. I just want to go to the facts and just show you a trade that I did. Now, this is not a recommendation. This is just to share with you what I did and the money that I've made. It doesn't matter about how much money is invested, because whether it's 5 grand invested, 50 grand invested, or 500 grand invested, or 5 million invested, the result's the same. The more zeros you put in, the more zeros you pull out. But what you need to understand is this. For a lot of people, they're learning how to fish and invest for the first time. You're not going to go and buy the biggest fishing rod to go and invest and to fish. You're going to get a small one. You're going to go to a department store. You're going to get a small fishing rod. You're going to learn how to put the sinker on, how to tie the hook, get the bait. What bait do you need? Understand the tides, understand the fish, understand what's going to bite, all that sort of stuff. That takes time. And you start off with a small fishing rod and you just throw it into the water and you're sitting on the edge and you're going to get a small fish. And when you get the small fish, you start feeling good because you've caught something. Right? That confidence grows. And as it grows, you then save to buy the bigger fishing rod. It goes into deeper water. Get the bigger fish. And from there, you're building more confidence. You buy the bigger fishing rod, you buy the beach rod, you go in deeper to the point where you start to get the bigger fish, you're getting excited, then you buy the boat. Right? And you save. And that's a process. People think you need to have a lot of money to invest. It's a starting point. You just need to start. Because when you see it work, you think differently to find money. But if I said to you, go and find some money now to put into the markets and invest, you wouldn't. You wouldn't because you don't know the strategy, you haven't seen it work for yourself, And there's an element of skepticism, fear. But when you've got someone holding your hand and guiding you through a process to teach you and educate you, to show you the way, you get over that fear very quickly. And not only that, you see the results, you see it working for yourself. And then you realize, what the hell have I been doing and why haven't I done this earlier? And that's the main thing. So let me share with you what I've got on my screen. And I have covered a fair bit because there's information, personal information. This is a live trading account. It's one of my accounts. But I just want to come down to here and I just want to point this out to you, where you can see all the date here, where I'm moving the cursor, right? 1st of March, yesterday, at 1:30 in the morning. Now, at 1:30 in the morning, this is what I want you to understand. At 1:30 in the morning is at 9:30 New York time when the markets open. So straight away when the market opens at 9:30 New York time is 1:30 Sydney time, which is what my time is calculated at. Within 2 seconds of the market opening, my order has gone into the market. My order's gone into the market within 2 seconds of the market opening. I'm asleep. I'm not watching the markets. My students don't watch the markets. Students all around the world do not watch the markets. We place our orders outside market hours. I bought a particular stock and I did a particular contract. So I have covered the stock, but I've left the contract info there. So I did a contract. So you can look at this, 1st of March till the 10th of March. You can see the date there, 2023. I did a contract at $41. So the contract says I'm going to be selling the stock at $41 on the 10th of March, which is when? Realistically, 9 days' time. Make it 10 just for the easy numbers. Get in on the 1st, sell on the 10th. That's the agreement I've got in the market, right? So I've agreed to sell it at $41, but I bought the stock at $40.53. So just to give you easy numbers, just so you can comprehend, right? I bought the stock for $40.53, but I've agreed to sell it at $41. So on the 10th of March, if it goes to 41, they're going to pay me back 41. If it doesn't go to 41, so listen to this. I've put an agreement into the market to sell it at a future date, the 10th, at an agreed price of 41. If it gets to that price on the 10th of March, I sell at 41. But if it doesn't go to 41 on the 10th of March, there's no agreement. I keep the stock. I don't sell, right? So I've bought the stock to sell it in 10 days' time, 9 days' time, let's say 10. $40.53. Yes, I can also make some capital gain because if it goes up, I'm going to get 41, but I bought it for $40.53. But I don't know if it's going to go up, and that's speculating. That's gambling. I don't know if it's going to go up. What I know is the money that I'm going to make up front. So I clicked some buttons and I created a contract. I sold that contract, SLD, sold it, and it paid me $1.18. So what I want to do is this. I've made $1.18 on my $40.53 investment. No matter what the market does over the next 10 days or 9 days, no matter what the market does, no matter what that stock does, I've made $1.18 on my $40.53 investment. That's in my account banked no matter what. That's money that I've made. That's my cash flow. That's my income. How many people go out and buy some shares and then hope and pray for it to go up to make profit? But I've made profit of $1.18 up front no matter what. That's the power of what I teach. That's the power of what I've been doing for just over 23 years. The strategy that I teach is a cash flow strategy. Now that stock is going to go up and it is going to go down over the next 9 days. I can't control that. I've done my due diligence to pick a good quality stock following set criteria, a process that I've been following for over 23 years, that my students follow, picking a good quality stock. Now, listen to this. A lot of people say, but the stock market, George, every day goes up and down. I'm not a stock market person, I'm a property person. I'm a property person too. I love property. I'm heavily invested in property. I love property. But what you need to understand is this. If you went and bought an investment property, right, in your local suburb, let's just say it's your local suburb, you bought an investment property. Do you agree you don't know what that property price is going to do in the next 12 months, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years? We're hoping, because history has shown us, that properties double in 10 years. That's what the history has shown us. It used to be 7, it's now 10, right? If you're in a good area. But do you also agree to buy a property, you're going to do your due diligence. You're not just going to go blindly and buy any property in any suburb. So you're going to do due diligence to buy a property. But while you're holding that property, what do you want off that property? The rental return, right? But you know that that property, if the property market goes down, your property's probably going to go down with the market. But you're not going to panic and freak out and sell it, right? As long as you can rent it and you can get income off that property's working for you. Now, if the property goes down in value, you don't care because you go, George, I've got a loan for 30 years. I'm going to hold it for the next 30 years. I don't care. I'm not going to sell it. Doesn't matter if it's gone down. The tenants in there, they're paying me rent, right? So I buy that stock because I've done my due diligence. I'm not blindly going into the market and buying any stock. Idiots do, but I'm not. And my students don't, because they know they follow the education. They follow a process. They've been taught. They've been educated. We do our due diligence. We find a stock. We know that that stock is going to go up and it is going to go down every day when the markets trade. We can't control that. But we've bought it to make money off it. So my capital invested is earning me cash flow from day one. Right? You put money in the bank, you're waiting 12 months before you see your return. We get our payment up front from day one. I've made $1.18. So work this out. Some of you probably already have. $1.18, which is the income that I've made, divided by $40.53 as a percentage is a 2.9% return for 9 days. So work this out. 2.9 for 9 days is what I've made. And all I have to do now is wait for 9 days until the 10th to see what the stock's going to do. Now, if I turn my computer on every day and is the market up, is the market down, is the stock up, is the stock down, I'm not going to make any more than $1.18. I've wasted my time if I turn that computer on to watch the markets every day. I have to wait. How many of you want to get paid to wait? Think about it. How many of you want to get paid to wait and also see your profit and your cash flow paid into your account from day one? Because I've got it right there. 2.9% for 9 days is what I've made on that trade. And on the 10th or the 11th or the 12th, I'll probably do another video and show exactly what's happened to that stock, whether it's gone up, whether it's gone down. But no matter what it does, I've still made $1.18. That's banked into my account that I can do whatever I want with. What would an extra $1.18 or an extra 2.9% do for you right now for 9 days? When you think about the banks are paying 3.5%, 4%, let's say 4% interest for a year. Your money goes into a bank for a whole year, and you've got to wait a whole year before you make 4%. I've just made 2.9 in 9 days, and that money's in my account, and I'm in control of my money. That's the power. But people say, but George, I don't understand it. That's right, you don't understand it because you're not willing to learn it. That's the problem. So, let me show you, because I say to my students, 10 minutes to click 10 buttons, we get paid from day one, which I've been paid from day one, because you can see the actual time between the buying of the stock, BOT, and the selling of the contract. You can see it right there on in my trading account, right? Now let me do this. I'm going to pause for a second because I'm going to change screens. So I need to make sure that everything is covered when I change screens. So I'm more than happy to talk to you, but I will flick over. I want to share with you this. I'm going to go to my trading page, right? So I'm going to go to my trading page. I'm going to blank it all out. Once it's all loaded, I am going to show some of the features. Again, it is my trading page. There is a particular stock. I want to take you through the motions. Step number one, we enter the stock code, and I'm just going to point it. It's up here. Step number one, we enter the stock code that we want to buy, whatever it is. Step number two, we click on a tab that says Strategy Builder. Step number three, we add the stock to the strategy that I'm implementing and I've been teaching, right? Step number four, we select the contract month. Now I'm going to do 15 days. You can all see that the contract expires from today to the 17th is 15 days, 2 weeks. So step one, what's the stock? Step two, Strategy Builder. Step three, add the stock to the strategy. Step four, now we're going to select the contract. So I'm going to do 34.50. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to click on that. 34.50 is the price that I'm going to do it at. So now all my information has been filled in over here, and I've covered a few things because I've got my account numbers and all that. I'm just going to do 2 contracts just for the exercise. I'm going to select 2. So realistically, this stock's at 34.50. So 2 contracts is 7 grand. Not much, right? Not much. But I'm just going to do it on 7 grand just to show you the process. And I'm going to let it go through into the account. And then I'll show you at the end of it, right, how it's performed. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to select the price that I actually want to get in at. So I'm going to work this out. Just bear with me. 34.50 minus 72. So I'm now selecting the price that I want to get in at, right? So I'm going to select 33.75 and I'm going to click transmit. So let me just go over it before I go to the next screen. Step number 1, what's the stock? Step number 2, strategy builder. Step number 3, adding the stock. Step number 4, selecting the contract. Step number 5, how many contracts? How many lots are we going to do? Step 6, what's the price? Step 7, transmit the order. Right? My order comes up now, and again, I've got to cover some information, but my order comes up and it says this. I'm buying 200 of these stocks. I'm going to create 2 contracts. I have covered everything else, right? I'm buying 200, creating 2 contracts. I've put my limit price in at 33.75. So I've said this stock's at 34.50, but I'm telling this market I want to pay 33.75 for it. even though the stock's trading when it opens at approximately 34.50. So you can sort of see my investment is 6,700, not much. Right? $25 is what my brokerage is. So step 7 was transmit the order. Step 8, override and transmit. That is it. Okay? That is it. Order is in. So I'm just clicking some buttons. Done. How long did that take? Please go back, watch this video. How long did that take? That's how long it takes us to go into the market. Market is closed. That order will go in. My broker will place that order tonight while I'm asleep. Yes, there's a learning process. Yes, you need to understand what you're doing and why you're doing it. I can show you that how to put a brick and the cement and then put another brick on. I can show you that process. But you need to understand how to do it, why we do it, how to build a foundation. That's a process, right? You need to learn it. But do you want to see your money working for you? That's a question you need to ask yourself. Not only have I shown you the money that I've made from a trade I did yesterday, I've just shown you the process of how long it takes for us to get into the market. Go back and watch it and time it. That's it. Do you want your money working for you? Choice is yours. You're working hard for your money. It's time you built another income stream to start having your money work for you. Passive income exceeding active income. Money flows to the people who pay more attention to it, most attention to it, right? That's all it is. You know, and people say to me, money's not important to me. That's why it's absent in your life, right? That's why it's absent in your life, because it's not important to you. If it was, you'd be learning how to make it work for you. I'm George Fokas. Thank you for watching. I am running a series of masterclasses. If you are interested and you want to learn more about how this works and the nuts and bolts and the breakdown of it, join my masterclass. Spend 3-4 hours with me and listen to me. Let me explain it. It's going to be the best 3-4 hours you've put aside instead of sitting on a couch watching Netflix and wasting all that time and never getting it back. Have a great day, great afternoon, wherever you are around the world. Thanks for watching. Talk soon. Take care. Bye, everybody.